Hello and welcome. We begin in West Africa, where two democracies of the world have agreed to renew their strategic ties. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited Nigeria over the weekend. Prime Minister Modi's visit to Nigeria was coming after a gap of 17 years. The last visit by an Indian Prime Minister to Nigeria was in 2007. Prime Minister Modi was accorded a ceremonial Guard of Honor with a 21-gun salute in the capital Abuja, where he met with his Nigerian counterpart, President Bola Tinubu, and pledged to deepen their relations, especially in the fields of maritime security and counter-terrorism. Prime Minister Modi had previously met President Tinubu at the G20 summit that was hosted by New Delhi in 2023. Speaking about the strong and cordial relations between the two countries, both leaders highlighted how there was a need to further strengthen ties and increase areas of cooperation.
Nigeria values its excellent relationship with India, and we work to deepen to broaden the same for mutual benefit of our two friendly countries. You represent a very strong commitment in democratic values and norms. You have been doing a good job.
Excellency, we accord a high priority to our strategic partnership with Nigeria. We have a strong cooperation in several sectors such as defense, energy, economy, technology, health, education, and culture. Our cooperation is very strong, and there are many new possibilities as well. We have always worked together to address challenges such as terrorism, separatism, piracy, and drug trafficking. And we will continue to work together to fight these in the future as well.
During their meeting, both the leaders agreed to increase their collaboration in the fields of trade, investment, education, energy, health, culture, defense, and people-to-people ties. Prime Minister Modi also offered Nigeria, with India's experience in agriculture, transportation, affordable medicine, renewable energy, and digital transformation. Now, during their meeting, both leaders also discussed regional and global issues. President Tinubu acknowledged India's efforts to amplify the concerns of developing countries through the Voice of the Global South summits. Prime Minister Modi, in turn, appreciated the role played by Nigeria as the chair of ECOWAS and its contribution to multilateral bodies. Following their meeting on Sunday in Abuja, the two leaders also signed a memorandum of understandings on three key areas. The first was on cultural exchange programs, then the second was on customs cooperation, and the last one was on survey cooperation. Now, President Bola Tinubu also conferred Prime Minister Modi with the title of the Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger, which is Nigeria's second highest national honor. Prime Minister Modi was the first foreign leader to be conferred with this award since 1969. Prior to him, only Queen Elizabeth II of the United Kingdom had been presented with this award. After his meeting with President Bola Tinubu, Prime Minister Modi also interacted with nearly 60,000 Indian community members based in Nigeria. Speaking at an event, he highlighted how India has increased its role in Africa in the last 5 years.
पिछले 5 साल में ही हमने अफ्रीका में 18 नई एम्बेसी शुरू की है। बीते सालों में अफ्रीका की आवाज को ग्लोबल प्लेटफॉर्म्स पर उठाने के लिए भारत ने हर संभव प्रयास किया है.
But Prime Minister Modi's visit comes at a crucial time for Nigeria and President Bola Tinubu, who is seeking investments from some of the world's biggest economies. This is because Nigeria is suffering from its worst economic crisis in years. Inflation has touched almost a decade's high, and prices of basic amenities have risen faster than anticipated. Nigeria is seeking to woo more Indian investment and cheaper lines of credit to help boost its economy and to create jobs. Now, there are about 200 Indian companies in the West African country. These Indian companies have cumulatively invested $27 billion in Nigeria, and they are the second largest employment provider in the country. Additionally, India has also offered close to $400 million of assistance to Nigeria, some of which has been used in developing the power sector in the West African country. Now, Prime Minister Modi's visit to Nigeria comes at another crucial juncture. Both of the countries have revived the push for permanent representation in the United Nations Security Council. Currently, there are only 5 permanent members, and in recent years, several countries have pushed for a greater multipolar world. Both India and Nigeria have renewed the promises of strengthening their bilateral relations, and the laying of red carpet for Prime Minister Modi has been a major boost for President Tinubu's image. Now, for more on this, on the Indian Prime Minister's historic visit to Nigeria, we have with us Senator Shehu Sani. He is the president of the Civil Rights Congress of Nigeria, and he is joining us live from Abuja. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Prime Minister Modi's visit to Nigeria comes after a long gap of 17 years. What do you think has prompted both countries to now focus on deepening ties, particularly in areas like maritime security and counterterrorism?
Well, Nigeria's-India's relation has been as far back as since the beginning of Nigeria's political independence. For people like us, we grew up in public schools. We passed through public schools where we were trained by Indian science teachers. They were here for biology, physics, chemistry, and mathematics. That was in the 70s and the 80s. And over the years, Indian companies have provided employment opportunities for Nigerians and also played a role in transfer of technology. Indians are, I can say, some of the most entrenched non-Africans that we have in our community the last 7 decades. And the relationship has been both cultural and economic. The visit of Modi to Nigeria will deepen that relationship, and I believe there are a lot of areas which the two countries can mutually benefit from. Nigeria being the most populous country in Africa, right, and also the leading role in West African sub-region, and India being a rising global economic power. There are a lot the two countries can work and gain together. Maritime, culture, yes, science and technology, education, and agriculture are areas which the two countries can benefit from. Modi's visit is a strong booster to the Tinubu's economic agenda. His visit also will further strengthen the ties between Nigeria and India.
Senator, on that, with maritime security and counterterrorism being key areas of cooperation, how do you foresee this collaboration evolving in the coming years, especially given the strategic importance of both countries in their respective regions?
Well, Nigeria has been battling terrorism in the last 15 years. As you have read in what has been happening in northern part of Nigeria with the Boko Haram, the ISIS, and some affiliates, other amorphous terror groups. And that's in the northern part of Nigeria. In the southern part of Nigeria, we have seen the rising level of oil theft, attack on oil facilities, and looting of our oil resources by what we call bunkerers or pirates. So Nigeria can benefit from India's experience, expertise, and technology in this field. We believe India can help Nigeria in the fight against terror in the north, and also it can also support the effort to combat maritime crime, banditry, and attacks in southern part of Nigeria, which is in the Niger Delta region. So the cooperation will be of immense benefit to Nigeria and immense gain for both countries, which I believe that is one of the major priorities of the President Tinubu's administration. And that is why he felt India can do a lot. After so many years of relying on the West and there is no positive result, so India can be a better alternative.
Yes. Absolutely. Senator, thank you very much for being with us on Firstpost Africa and for your valued insights on the latest with the Prime Minister Modi's visit to Nigeria.
Thank you, Father.